Now, as we said earlier, you need to decide which product type you are most excited about. Please understand that if you're not passionate about your focus, you are not going to be very successful for long. If you don't have a focus that you're excited about, that you can get excited about and be passionate about, trust me, you don't want to be there. Now, if you find that, for example, and I'll give you an example, if you could be looking at, let's say, an apartment building, and maybe some people just don't want to deal with the individual tenants. It's just, and it's okay if you have a management company, but still, there's something about it. Well, why in God's name are you going to jump on apartment buildings? I mean, that would be ridiculous. If you're more of an executive type and you feel more like, you want to deal with business owners, why would you go to a mobile home park? Right? Unless if it's a passion. Now, I'm a weird breed. I'll tell you that right now, because I'm married to my beautiful wife, and I have been baptized in her father's lifestyle, which is more mobile home park. He's a cool guy. We have so much fun. But if you're an executive person, and you feel more comfortable dealing with businesses, you're probably better suited, you'll be more passionate about buying office buildings than you would if you're buying an apartment building. So my point is, decide to work with a product that you can get excited about. Because if you're excited, it's not working. Then the other problem you'll have is once you're excited about it, is stop it. As my wife very well knows, I have a very hard time. Not because I'm overworking, it's because I don't see it at work. This is cool. This is fun. This is my passion. And so when you get like that, it's extremely awesome. Now, in the manuals, you'll be able to look through a couple other property types in a little bit more detail. But, let's talk about some other elements of what you'll need to do with those other property types, whichever one that choice may be. One of the things you need to do right now is begin to immerse yourself with packages. I know that, there's a lot of trainers out there saying, oh, you can find 1 billion deals, just go to LoopNet.com. There is a real use for LoopNet. The real use for LoopNet is when you're focusing on the packages of a product type that you want to be in. That's a really cool website to go online, pull up information on those property types, and just start getting familiar with the language you're using. There's a difference between office buildings and apartment buildings. So the only way you're really going to get familiar with your local area is if you go to a place like LoopNet or deal with a broker and start getting those packages and you're reading through them and seeing the numbers. Because you'll start noticing information that's very similar to one another. So that's one of the best ways to become an expert in your local area, is just start immersing yourself in those packages. It doesn't mean you're going to buy those deals. It just means you want to get educated on those types of deals. Make sense? So that's the very first step. Get familiar with the information and how they're delivering the product.